Alright folks, welcome back to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. This series is dedicated to helping Bannerlord players improve their field command through the use of advanced tactics. This series is part of our Freestyle series, some of our expert series, where we're going to use a compilation of different tactics on the battlefield, and most of these battles are shot live, and I've just added this little primer to the start of the battles. Hey there friends, welcome back to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Today's episode, we are probably going to have another battle here, and I say probably because I'm filming this episode live. And there's definitely going to be a battle here, as there looks like a huge force is again sieging one of my critical castles. As anybody who doesn't know, my campaign is a death match against all 7 kingdoms, I should say 7 of the 8 kingdoms. Sturgia is neutral and has a small fiefdom. What the fuck is going on here? There's so many armies. What in the fuck? There's an armada of Battanian Empire here, and what is this, Western Empire marching in? If they come through, I'm going to battle them first. No, they're just parked out again. Oh, we're going to do this again. So the enemy is like joining forces, is like the only way I can describe this. It looks like the Western Empire and the Battanian Empire are both sieging, or one of them is in line. So yeah, fuck them. We'll fight them all. As anybody who follows the channel knows, I'm former military. A little bit of swearing is going to be part of the channel, but I will keep it pleasant. We won't be attacking anybody. No racism, none of that stuff. So let's see here. This is not a terrific setup here. I've got a bridge, but I think it's going to be problematic. Like, a bridge can be a really good bottleneck to bottleneck the enemy, but fighting against the Battanian Empire here, I know I'm going to be up against a huge amount of archers. Even though I have a large amount of archers, we're outnumbered. And look at this elevation. They have this hill on the left here to shoot down on my guys. This is not going to work. So we're going to have to come up with something different. We're going to peel back from this bridge. Oh fuck. They're coming incredibly aggressively against us. So we're gonna try a ridge tactic here. That's the only name I have for this tactic. It's basically like a peekaboo ridge. Maybe that's what the name I'll start using more regularly. And beat back this cavalry wave here so we can get it reestablished. I don't mind hammering them a little bit here on the bridge before their archers set up, but this lower area here, we're going to use this. Okay, so we have a sharp ridge here from the bridge. What we're going to do is we're going to set our archers, skirmishers, that's our 4th, 5th, and 6th divisions, down on this hill a little bit. And then we're going to set our infantry and skirmishers just ahead of the archers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place lines of cavalry right at the edge of this hill. Heavy cavalry lined up in a shield wall. And what we're going to do with that, I'll move the 8th division as well. What we're going to do with that is we're going to effectively try to blockade and slow the enemy progress over this hill, while our archers just destroy them with arrows. And one of the big keys and strategies here is that this will prevent a lot of the Battanian nasty archers from setting up at all. Right? They won't be able to shoot at us without coming over this peekaboo ridge. I like that name. We're going to use that, the Peekaboo Ridge. And because of that, our archers will be able to just hammer the enemy. They might be a little bit high. We'll get them lowered here a little bit. Our archers will be able to hammer the enemy. And any of their archers that want to come over this ridge are just going to face this fucking immolating fire from our archers. So let's get the skirmishers off to the side. Cavalry and shield wall. Everybody firing. Here comes their cavalry wave. They're coming hot and heavy here. Look at this fucking dipshit trying to come in on his own. Yep, that ain't happening, buddy. Look at these guys storming in. Alright, so you see the fundamental aspect of this tactic, right? Look at the fire coming up against these guys. They're coming down holding their shields, but they're just meeting with a barrage of javelins and arrows. It's not pleasant for the enemy. Now, eventually they're going to burst through, and when they do, we're going to have a concentrated attack. Right? I'm going to attack them with the 8th, which is my elite division, the 6th, and the 1st, and we're also going to gonna squeeze them in here with our cavalry. Now they're charging in, right? See, I'm holding that first infantry and shield wall. Look at the withering fire. In we go, right? First, 6th, 8th, and let's send the 2nd cavalry just for shits and grins. Send fucking everybody. And it's a fucking Battanian massacre. Now I'm watching the edge of the ridge there because I expect archers to start popping over eventually. I'm dealing with cavalry, that's fine. They can also take arrow shots. Get out of here, bitch. Take this javelin. Now I don't want my troops advancing too far up this hill. We can do a little bit of sallying out from this hill, so to speak. Give me that big bag of javelins. That's what I'm talking about. But I want them to stay down at the edge of this hill. Again, the tactical advantage we have here is that the enemy has to come over this ridge. You see how steep it is to shoot at us, to attack us, to bring their infantry to bear on us, right? I can't tell which ones of these are our troops or the enemy. So I'll hold arrows like that in long battles, and this is against 3,500 of course. Have one of those. This battle might be a 20 or 30 minute battle. Get a shield. Well, the enemy that might be it. It might be a one ridge and done episode. Sometimes the enemy shifts its process, and so you have to change your tactics as well. If it does so, we will adjust. But we're not going to leave quite yet, just in case they're just regrouping. Sometimes the enemy artificial intelligence will regroup their troops, especially after a battle like that where they're basically annihilated. They lost virtually every single enemy that stuck its head over that cliff. Let's take a peek here. Let's do some reconnaissance. Oh yeah, they want another round of Peekaboo Ridge. It's a nice thick fucking squadron of infantry. Britannia definitely has some of the weakest cavalry in the game, but they have very good infantry, and their archers are nasty. Oh, shit. Almost got speared. Oh, shit. I'm getting caught up. Gotta fight my way around this. I was just trying to be the scout, and now I'm getting attacked. Alright, well, again, I'm going to hold fire, but if these guys are stupid enough to poke their heads over that ridge, it's death. I'm getting shot. See? So that's what I mean. If troops are up there, we would get shot by all those archers. Look at all the arrows raining down. And we are safe over this little ridge. And so we're going to stay down here. This will probably look like a repeat. They might send different waves in. They might send, some cavalry leading at this time, but we're not going anywhere. We've got this beautiful ridge. In fact, I'll stretch this cavalry out. But we're staying put. Clean up some stragglers that are getting through. Get off your horse. Got myself a shield. The cavalry are starting to trickle in, but you see how nice a job that shield wall cavalry does at slowing down their enemies. Right, their cavalry is like stuck against that fucking big wall of lead. And I lost a few guys. You're gonna have some losses. The infantry poured through there and attacked them, but that cavalry's done a magnificent job. Here they come. Let's see what. Oh, maybe that was just a feint attack. That was amazing physics. That shield was just rolling down the hill like a quarter. You got to admire the game's physics engine. It gets a little wonky sometimes, but boy, is it a beautiful thing. All right, let's spread this infantry out. If they do come down, they're going to be sending darts, javelins. They're going to be firing arrows. I've got these guys in shield wall precisely for that, right? I don't want my archers taking the brunt of their missile attacks. And sometimes battles have a lull like this. If it gets too slow, look at this guy. You ain't getting away, dude. If it gets too slow here, we'll take the offense, even if it ends up being a not very enjoyable battle to record. I probably delete 3/4, 4/5 of the battles that I record. No, but I see the numbers. The numbers are getting closer, so they want another round. So let's move this cavalry up here. We're sort of covering this ridge as well. I see they got horse archers, so they're absorbing some arrows. This dipshit in front of me has a shield, and he's got his spear out. Fucking mouth breathers. It's just like these guys coming one at a time. It's almost like somebody dared him. Hey George, I dare you to go by yourself. Yeah, it worked real fucking well, dipshit. I'm a fucking dipshit. Oh, here they come though. Right, I get a little glimpse coming over this ridge. They're pouring some skirmishers over on the enemy right flank, or left flank. Fire a few javelins in here just to encourage these fucks. Come get another round, bitches. Light them up. I'm gonna join my infantry again. I fight much better on foot. Look at it, just death spam. And I see some arrows. I see some arrows coming down, right? But that archer, that crossbowman that's taking that shot, he's getting obliterated by arrow fire. Right? It's not like he has an easy shot. Let's move this cavalry right up in the face of this infantry. That might be a touch far. Let's pull him back just a bit. And you see they got an infantry line and shield wall, but they're just getting obliterated, right? I've got companions with 250 plus throwing skill, so javelins are going through their shields. I mean, they may not even get down this fucking ridge. That is just wicked. Now, let's move our cavalry in here. At some point, we're going to pulverize this with our infantry. So I'm using that cavalry in a block, and what I mean by that is they're in shield wall, and I ordered them forward. I don't want them to necessarily attack, but I'm going to come in here with the infantry. Now, one thing it's doing is it's disrupting them, right? The enemy's disrupted. They're dealing with this cavalry. They're getting shot, and in come our melee. Here come our first corps. These guys are untouched. All these guys are unhurt. They're ready to go. They weighed in. The 6th Corps, which is my skirmishers, and my 8th Corps, which is my elite units, also pour in here, and the enemy is fucking routed. What? Oh shit. Get in trouble sometimes. I get a little bit overzealous. But still, it's a massacre. The archers are still shooting up the hill, right? I see their archers trying to shoot. Right behind this infantry wave, they're trying to shoot, and they are getting shot to pieces with arrows. We charge. So now they have arrows in their face, and angry fucking elite infantrymen, right? Their hands are being cut off. This is a very bad day for the enemy. Right, let's keep pushing this cavalry. So what I do is I leave them in a shield wall, and I just move them forward. You see how I'm moving them like that? I'm moving the troops with, and it's like an offensive lineman in football. Those guys are just pushing the way. They're blocking arrows. They're in the face of the enemy archer, right, which is causing chaos. Meanwhile, we're following up right behind them with savage attackers. Elite infantry, high-level companions, skirmishers, and then behind them, of course, are our archers. Now, our archers are getting low on ammo at this stage, but we still have another round, I think, in us. Let's see if we have a little bridge battle here. I don't know if I have enough time to pass over. And you might be wondering, why am I changing strategy here? Partly because I'm learning low on ammunition, right? Archers down there with no arrows aren't going to be able to do shit. But also, the battle momentum has been hugely swung. We've completely decimated 2 of their elite vanguards, right? Their elite best troops are all dead, right? They got totally waxed. They're going to have more, they're probably still going to have some high-level troops. So we're going to now play a little bit of a version of the bridge game. We'll see how this goes. I thought about doing this from the get-go, but that ridge, the Peekaboo Ridge, as I'm going to call this tactic, that was fucking devastating. I mean, that was so effective. That was more effective than any of the times I've tried to do this before. I must have the right combination of troops. Alright, so at this stage we've got archers on both flanks of this bridge. There's one bridge. We've got infantry set up right at the entrance. That was an accidental swing and I wiped out the guy's camel. We've got infantry set up there and our skirmishers ready to pour in, right? These infantry that are coming over, 20 at a time, absolutely butchered. Yeah, you ain't getting... He was like held up in thin air by his corpse. So you see what else I've got going on here. I've got this infantry line off the side, and I've got that infantry sort of covering one flank. So the enemy is coming at the infantry, and they're getting shot on the side. Right? It's a really, really nasty enfilade flank attack there. Enjoying these guys a little bit. I still have half my life, right? I'm very capable of fucking dealing out death myself. Alright, let's hold our arrows. Let's push through this bridge. It's going to be a challenge. I see more enemy reinforcements coming. So what I'm doing right now is I'm physically ordering troops to the other side. You can see my arrow going over there. I might have waited too long, or once you commit, you should just keep going. This is probably going to end up in a bit of a bridge crush at the center. It's going to look like fucking Walmart where they're giving away TVs or something like that. Yeah, and chop through these fucks out of our fucking way. Now they've got a sizable chunk of infantry there, but you know what? We're still going to do this. We're still going to shove through. My infantry and elite units, the 6th and 8th, are leading. I can get my archers spread out on the side, and they'll definitely be able to deal some death on the flank. But I've got much better level troops at this stage, so I'm sending those guys in. We'll keep these archers back here. Any guys that still have arrows, any guys that find arrows on the ground, they'll be able to continue to rake the enemy. Yeah, you can see the arrows are just fucking obliterating everybody on that left side. God, that's nasty. So the enemy's really kind of fucked right now. They're facing extraordinarily tough melee in the front and being shot to pieces on the side. So I thought this was going to be a little bit more difficult than it looked like. I see enemy reinforcements way out there, but I think we're going to be able to push through before they even get here. Those guys are at least 60 seconds from getting to this battle. Yeah, the song appropriately says you're all going to die right now. Now a lot of these archers are out of arrows. And I don't want that wave getting up to us. Push through, push through. Well, I realize this isn't the most incredible, interesting part of the battle, but we're in a little bit of a stalemate. We're just going to have to kind of see how this plays out. I don't have enough arrows, but just so I don't bore you to death, let's try another version of this Peekaboo Ridge. What we're going to do this time is a melee concentrated attack. Right? This is usable in both ways. So if you have a force where it's mostly melee, in this case a lot of my archers are out of arrows, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to block this bridge up here towards the end. I don't want them just pouring into us. But what I'm going to try to do with this is concentrate our firepower. As the enemy comes over this ridge, we will simultaneously attack and just obliterate everything that fucking comes over that ridge, right? And again, one of the big keys to that is their archers will be effectively out of the fight, right? I got a little bit of a scrum here as my troops retreat. I got caught a little bit in between tactics there in that situation, but most of the guys are out now. Most of my guys have high athleticism, and a lot of the banners, you know, the banners that these guys are running around, a lot of the banners I use give us speed bonuses, and that's because speed is incredibly valuable in tactics. Now, if you guys got arrows left, or they're picking them up, I still see guys shooting. My 6th and 8th Corps coming over on this side. These dipshits with these fucking disposable horses. these horses are like the Kia of the horse world, where they just like instant one-shot killed. Alright, so I'm not going to make a charge for 20 pathetic cavalry. I expect that infantry line to start peekabooing over this ridge, and when it does, we're going to pour in. Anybody who still have arrows, like when you give the charge command, they will still shoot. You guys have a nice trip down the fucking hill. I hope you fed that horse a lot of hay this morning, because he's gonna be feeding all the buzzards tonight. I love it when he does that. Come on! It's almost like they sent these guys in for the slaughter. Hey, send in that retard division full of fucking unarmored horses. Oh, so the enemy backed off. That's interesting. Actually, you know what? The enemy might be fucking routing. I would not anticipate it happening this early in the battle. I can't tell. Whoop! I'm out there punching people again. I can't tell at this stage whether the enemy is just regrouping or routing. But sometimes if you put on such an ass whipping on the enemy, they are fucking flat out routing. I mean, there's a small chance that they get enough reinforcements and they turn to fight. This noble lady, and we go down to, well, she took a good shot. Sometimes the enemy will regroup and then come back, so you don't want to just jam your way in here willy-nilly. Yeah, no, they actually routed out of here. Oh, this chick has a fast horse. She's fucking ditching me. And kill a few of these insolent peasants who dared to fight us. Oh shit, they just turned. They just got a big wave of, what is that, cavalry it looks like. Alright, we'll give them another round here. We're game. Now, I think at this stage I could actually hit the tab button and exit out of this battle. But I'm a glutton for war. I love as much carnage and battle as we can possibly get. So I'm going to bring my forces out here. And we're going to fucking put a savage beating on this insolent reinforcement wave here. We're going to teach them why the rest of their friends were running the other direction. Let's get our infantry spread out. We'll get cavalry set up on the right flank here. Most of my archers are out of arrows at this point, but a lot of them are Britannian Fiend champions or elite crossbowmen with pretty decent weapon skill. You know, there's probably some medium-tiered archers in there as well at this stage that'll have a harder time in melee. Oh shit. I don't want to get dropped. That'll be embarrassing. But I'm pretty sure these archers are going to just fucking wax this infantry, even in melee combat. So we put these guys spread out. The 6th Division on the right. 6th Division's my skirmishers. I almost always keep the same units, for people wondering. The 6th is always the skirmisher. The 1st is always the heavy infantry. We're moving in another disposable cavalry wave. Now they got a nice big block of enemies there for us to savagely attack. Right. So we're going to concentrate our attack here, and we're also going to get some flanking attack on these fucking enemies. Let's move the infantry straight forward. Now they're in shield wall. That way our archers, these guys with their swords out, we can just follow this running shield wall of infantry, right? Now, instead of the cavalry, these guys, this is our linebackers, right? Our offensive line, rather. And look at, I see arrows hitting their shields, I see arrows flying over our heads, but it's not hitting us. Now we're going to flank, surround, and destroy these enemies. I'll just let the battle music play the rest of this video. You see why your friends are running. Now they got another wave of reinforcements, but as soon as those reinforcements came in, they ran too. Here, let's practice our javelin skills on these fucks. Catch one in the back, dude. Should have ran with the first wave. Now your wife will never see you again. Here, you catch one back there too. Come here. Oh shit, more reinforcements for us to kill. They just popped up right in front of us. We'll kill them. I'll probably end up getting my character killed someday, just running around chasing after guys who are routing and take a spear in the face. They pulled out their arrows like they were going to shoot at us. Yeah, okay. You can shoot. Look at that huge wave of reinforcements just poured in. You guys must just be a glutton for fucking punishment. Well, that's fortunate because we're a glutton for war. It's a good combo. You guys can be our ragdolls. And we'll fly in here like fucking Dirty Harry. People ask a lot what my character build is. I swing a very fast axe. It's short. A lot of guys swing like this big, heavy, long axe, and it's true, they do more damage. In fact, a lot of times I don't kill guys with one shot. But speed is lethal in melee. Like this guy, he blocked and tried to swing at me, and I've already killed 4 guys after he blocked, tried to swing at me, he died, and we're on to killing the next guy. Right? A very fast two-handed axe beheading guys is just a savage weapon, especially once you get the timing of it and you learn sort of the spacing and how to bob and weave your way through the battlefield. Right? I wear pretty light armor. Of course, I have 330 athletics. If you've never had 330 athletics, it's amazing. You're like a ballerina with a war axe, right? You're just carving your way out here. And once you get the timing down, I mean, you just become, one of my subscribers called me a hurricane of death. I think that's pretty accurate. Hopefully, though, in this episode, we showed you enough tactics that you don't have to be a hurricane of death. Obviously, I didn't have to use my axe at all in this battle, right? That was such a devastating destruction of the enemy forces there that had I just sat there the whole time holding up a shield sipping my coffee, we still would have been successful, right? So we're going to call this the Peekaboo Ridge. We'll give it a name. And again, the idea is focusing your firepower on the enemy as they come over a ridge and not allowing their archers to set up. And the timing and the spacing of it is critical, right? The first time you try this, the second time you try this, you may get the spacing and the timing off a little bit. But I think after enough practice, you can rewatch this video. I'm sure I'll be enacting this tactic in the future. In the upcoming future, I'm working on a series of basically they're complete tactical demonstrations in battles where 6, 7, 8 different significant tactical changes occur in the same battle. We're using advanced tactics all in the same battle, and hopefully, oh shit, we destroyed a lot of their nobles too. Anyways, hopefully you can learn a lot more from those future videos. Thanks again for watching, all my subscribers. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you guys next time.